you record who's here and so forth, and we don't have to go through?
Yep, I have an attendance sheet as well, sure.
All right, so then I got here, then, I think I got this right. Any director's report?
So,
Oh, what should we do, communication?
well, we're at approval of minutes.
Okay, I didn't have that. What did I do?
Do you
Okay.
yeah,
Any, approval of minutes of the last meeting, which was May 24th, I think. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I make one. I
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so approved.
the next is communications. We did receive a $200 donation from the Women's City Club. They're very good about always giving us a donation. They use our space for their board meetings as well as some of their regular meetings. That was back in June that we received that $200 check. We have received some personal donations all throughout too, but nothing, as significant as this donation. That's pretty much it. A lot of thank yous for, starting things back up and get things somewhat back to normal. Yeah. Even with them being fully masked, they don't care. They don't care. It was so important for them to get back out and be amongst people. Yeah. To be honest with you, it was a very emotional event when people started coming back for me, for our staff, for our seniors. So we're very happy that we're able to continue. I would say it's a little lower than pre-pandemic, but it's certainly picking up. It was really picking up, and then we went to full mask indoors, and it dropped off a little bit. But then I think people were like, "Well, you know what? I'm going to do it," and came out. And even though the rates were high in Norwich, and probably still are on the higher side, I think the seniors with over 95% of the seniors being fully vaccinated, they have a little more confidence being in here. Our staff is all fully vaccinated as well. So I think their confidence was pretty high with returning and feeling safe about it.
You haven't any problem with people refusing to wear the mask or anything?
No, just nobody really refusing, people forgetting. Just, it's
a supply here?
we do.
Yeah.
We have a supply at the front desk. We've had to be fully masked anything that was going on in the health clinic all along. But as far as, people coming in and maybe not having a mask or forgetting it that day, we have a supply, a really good supply too. So we're in good shape as far as that's concerned.
And I used to do this, but I can't do it anymore, to help in the kitchen. Volunteers, that been responsible at all?
Yeah, it's been very good. We're fully staffed with our volunteer spots right now.
Okay.
So we're in pretty good shape.
I thought, I used to do that quite a bit. I used to
Right.
do it every week, but I just can't stand it anymore.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's going well. Like I said, despite the little levels being high in Norwich again, I think our seniors still felt confident coming in here.
I find that our age group and older seniors and whatnot are the ones that are more apt to be more comfortable wearing the masks. John's mom passed, and I mandated that at the wake, the masks be mandated. And it was the younger crowd that the funeral director had to keep going around and saying, "You have to put your mask back on. You have to put your mask back on." And I'm like, I go, "Do you guys have a problem with English? Because that's got to be worn."
But I think they're different mindset, though. They feel invincible, the younger
Well, they're
generation.
not vaccinated,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're just,
But that's the
it's
problem.
like a rebel thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
put that mask on or get out.
Yeah. That's the problem we're having nationwide with that group now.
The millennial group.
Yeah.
That's what I keep saying, because of the millennials.
Yeah.
You don't believe in vaccines, you don't believe in this, that, or the other thing. He said, you're the ones making everybody upset. But,
Fortunately.
the seniors are the ones that are, they're wanting to be out, and it was so great to see them come in.
They tend to be more respectful and you know, tolerant of rules, rule followers,
We
unfortunately.
are followers.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I follow those stupid arrows even at the grocery store, and I'm like, I'm looking at the kids coming down the wrong way, and I'm like, you're going the wrong way, and they're like, who cares? I'm like, okay.
I love when they block the aisle too, when you can't get down.
Yeah.
It's too funny.
Okay, so, is that, you got communications?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
communications.
Okay, and well, I guess we don't have anything from.
No, Leanne passed along her sincere, you know, sorry that she couldn't make it. Her husband unfortunately ended up in the hospital, and he's hopefully going to be okay. So no, I don't believe so. She did say he had some blood clots in his lungs. So
That's not good either.
no, so you know, keep her in your thoughts, and her husband in your prayers.
Report.
So I did, you know, briefly tell you guys about how things have gone since we, you know, reopened, and it's been remarkably well. Our transportation is as busier than ever, bringing people to medical appointments and also everywhere, zinging around. We do have a full-time driver that's out right now. She had a complete shoulder replacement, so she just had that a couple weeks ago. So, you know, she's doing okay, but it's going to be like a 3 to 4 month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we got 2 gentlemen that were former firefighters for Norwich, Brad Keltonic and James Perez. They have joined us as a temporary per diem drivers. So between those 2 and a woman named Joanne Trainer, we have filled the schedule for September and October, and obviously November will be next. But they've been great. They've been doing a lot of the medical transportation, which is what Debbie did.
Do they need a special driver's permit?
For that, no. For the van, which one of them, Brad has a public service license, so he could drive our smaller van, which is great, because if one of those drivers are out, we can play the shuffle game. So it's worked out really well, and they're such nice guys, and the seniors really like them. So it's going really well.
I saw a post the other day, and I think I know the answer. It says Montville and Norwich Senior Center. Is that just for medical?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the
Long distance?
yep, the MedRide program, which will take people from Norwich or Montville to anywhere basically in the state for medical purposes. And the drivers are dispatched out of Montville, and they do all the maintenance on the vans in Montville. We do all the scheduling of the appointments. So Ann
And how is
Barrier,
that financed?
it's a state grant. Yeah, it's a $75,000 grant from the state. So that pays for the vehicle lease, the drivers, and gets a little bit of pay to do all the scheduling. Yeah.
I thought I remembered that, but I just didn't know, and I don't know how to, because someone was asking me about, they had to go to medical, and I said, well, you can contact the senior center, and they have, you know, a way to get you there, wherever, well, this is in, I don't know where it was. Yeah, County or something. I said, I believe they can do that, but you have to call and fit into the schedule. That's
Right.
about it, yeah.
Right.
Well, that's good.
Yep. And then program is going pretty well. As Rebecca knows, there was a trip to the Big E. I believe everything went pretty well. I didn't get a whole lot of
Very nice.
chance to talk to Hillary,
Good
but
driver.
right.
This time, he was very nice. Knowledgeable,
Yeah,
very friendly,
we
you know.
used Joshua's limousine, which is
Yeah,
out of
Joshua's limousine.
Ledyard,
Yeah.
rather than we used to use Peter Pan, or Constitution Coach is out of business now.
Oh,
So
is it?
yeah, yep, they're out of business.
Who's
So
that business?
Constitution Coach,
Oh, I
they became a very small outfit. They only had a couple buses.
Britain?
They were in Vernon, I think, or
Yeah.
Bolton, or
Yeah.
somewhere out that way.
But Ledyard is close, so.
Right. And their prices were pretty darn good, comparable to,
Really?
because Hillary usually
called them
shops
to-
around.
For airport service, years back, and they were very expensive.
Mm.
To go to the, you know, New York airports. And
Right.
so anyway, that's different than hiring a bus. Maybe it's been cheap if I hired a bus.
Maybe. So things have been going very well. We're really happy with the turnout for programming. Our instructors are all, you know, we're all fully staffed with instructors for programs. So everything's going pretty well. Keep, you know, adding things on here and there. We are holding off on any trips right now. till probably after the new year. We do some of the smaller ones with our small van, local. But some of the big ones, like even this biggie was so unpredictable. We had a lot of people sign up and then drop off. And I think we're going to have a lot of touch and go with that. And some of those, it's the cancellation policies aren't that easy. The biggie, even if you go to the biggie and 10 people don't show up, you can get a refund for your tickets that you didn't use. So they're very, very good about it. So that's about it. Things are going as smooth as possible for the situation we're in.
Does anybody have any comments? Okay, we don't have, Whitney. It's not here, so. Is she still with us or what?
Who's that?
Jackie.
Jackie? No, she officially resigned. Actually, I was going to bring that up under old business.
Okay. All right, well then, go ahead.
So we did receive the letter from Jackie officially resigning, and it went to the city clerk's office. So she officially did resign from the board. So now we have 2 vacant spots basically. And then we have to look at officers too, a chairperson, vice chair, that type of thing. But maybe that can be pushed to next meeting. I don't know
Yeah, I would think
with
so.
more people here.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you know of anybody that's interested, they just have to, I think, apply through the city manager's office or mayor's office, and then they get interviewed.
Yeah, you have to go online and fill out.
Yep. Yeah, you guys know the drill.
I mean, in a way though, it's just like, I've been on the Mohegan Park committee, I'm on the decision committee, all this. But it's like, you're constantly filling out the same information. You can't save it and just let me add a few new things, but it's really a pain.
It'd be nice if you could just do a renewal,
Yeah, it's right, I'm renewing the spot, not,
And then you
Like
go
I'm
to the
applying for
interview, and you're like, didn't I already interview for you for this? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
they didn't even interview me, for the park committee again, because, it was up. I
Yeah.
sent it, and I know they got it because it says it was received. Nobody ever called me, nobody ever bothered me, but obviously I'm still on it because nobody else is on it.
I don't know what to tell you. I also said, as you do on the Uncas.
Yeah.
And I've been there since before
Before
that truck. And I've been telling the city, we need people from Norwich there. We have vacancies. And it's been years and years, and it goes nowhere.
Right, you chose me, and that's why I
Yeah.
applied. I
Yeah.
mean, it's because of you.
Yeah.
Is why I'm.
And there's still vacancies there.
Yeah, I know.
I was on the one for the Commission for Disabled. That's more of a one-woman show. There was
I
quite a
like
few
that
people.
direction.
Huh?
A one-woman show.
Yeah, there was quite a few people that were on it, and then people dwindled off. Because when you only have one person, even though there's a lot of people that try to help and try to do things, and one person continually does everything.
Yeah.
let
It
her
doesn't
go.
feel like a committee.
It was not a committee. Like, you want to do it all? Be my guest. I feel like I'm beating my head against the wall.
All right, so we're moving on. Any other old business? New business?
What was the outcome with them? Did the senior center get any of the money from that?
From the
From the COVID
rescue
money?
fund, American Rescue Plan. So indirectly, we will. We haven't yet. Obviously, you probably guys know that it just kind of is
Well, I
getting
read the
dispersed.
paper, so-
Yeah.
And I read the minutes from the different meetings.
So we'll fall under the human services money.
Mhm.
So there'll be funds there for basic needs for seniors, rental assistance, that kind of stuff. I'm hoping with the next round of money, they'll maybe lean a little more towards some of the things that we could use for the seniors. And I have given Leanne some ideas, expanding our clinic a little bit. One of the ideas that's being floated around is a community pool. So that would be very beneficial to our seniors if they can do something like that.
was one of the ones before Jackie left.
Right.
We had talked about, nice pool for
Mhm.
therapy and stuff like that. There is not one in the area.
Right.
But we don't have a YMCA or anything.
Nothing.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
that
There's
would
not.
help.
not one.
I mean,
I think that's well along the way. I probably shouldn't say this, but I've been talking to some officials, and they're talking about putting something over here so that the seniors can use it, the community can use it, and NFA can use it and rent it out and get some money. And also, and this is where I think we have to be careful, is that they don't turn this into a community center,
Yeah.
but have another community center next door, you know, something like that.
Well, there is funds that already got approved for community centers within the schools. So they're going to use the schools more of the community center in the evening when it's not being used for school activities. So
But we definitely need, you know, I can't believe it. I remember when, a few years ago, the, school was renovating Kelly and whatnot. And there was a question whether or not to put an auditorium. I said, you've got to be kidding me. A city of this size, we have no place that a large group of people could meet. Be ashamed of ourselves. Griswold, Preston, take all the little schools around us. They all have big auditoriums. Or else that auditorium wouldn't be there. It's crazy. People are thinking small. I mean, it's awful. So. But anyway, that looks more like a reality.
yeah, I really hope so. We used to do aqua-size classes and we had instructors for it and through the Y and they were very popular. It's easy on the bones, you know, it's good exercise. But you get easy.
I know that they used to do it at the Holiday Inn, but when I called, they said since the pandemic and stuff, there's just nothing, anywhere right now.
Right.
And there's that butterflies to whatever, but it's so expensive.
They were building a place up in Tackle.
Yeah, that's the butterfly.
Yeah, but they haven't done
Bubbles
that
to
yet.
butterflies.
No, it's there.
They have? Where is it?
It's not quite across the street from the Occam Fire Station, but pretty close.
Oh,
Mhm.
and they got a pool there?
Mhm. So they just opened up just before the pandemic. So I'm not sure how much they really got their feet under them, even now.
That's interesting. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the no.
The scheduling time, because it's all set up for children.
Right.
And again, pricing, and I asked if there was time slots that would be allotted for seniors and stuff like that, and it was just out of control.
Yeah. Any other new business? Or anything else? Before we adjourn, the next meeting?
Next month.
Yeah.
I will grab the date for you. Let's see. October 18th. Monday, October 18th.
Okay, so we have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I second the motion.
Adjourned, I guess.
Guess we can end this meeting officially.
Thanks, Mike.